Hey, what is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast, coming at you with Week 12 of my fantasy league, the Midtown Brigade, one of the greatest fantasy league football leagues. Not doing this solo again for the second consecutive week. I'm bringing a special guest, and this is gonna break the bank, baby. Without further ado, Ninjas, baby.
How you doing? How's it going?
Awesome, brother. Thanks for joining me, my man. Thank you. Like we were talking behind stage, but this is I think you and I have played fantasy football now before I quit for about 10 years together, and nobody has ever heard your voice or even seen you. So this is gonna break the bank with the fellas over here.
Yeah, the mystery has been solved. Apparently, you get to see, you get to hear me. But in all seriousness, I really appreciate the invite and being on your show, man. I love watching it, whether I win or lose.
Awesome, bro. Listen, man. Most likely we're probably gonna bring you on also on my regular podcast because I know you have a lot of sports knowledge. So be ready for that invite, man. I'm going to send you some stuff when NBA gets a little thick here, and maybe some of the playoffs here in football. But let's talk some Midtown Brigade, man. Are you ready for this? All right, man. Let me go ahead. Let's share our screen real quick. You can see that well from your screen. So we're going to start with you. Right now, my man, you were the man this week, right? You won the most points for the week, right? Ninjas?
Yeah, barely. By like 5 points.
Hey, man, that's the second time of the year for you, right? In the season?
Yeah, second of the past 3 games. I didn't think I would be anywhere near that. And then all of a sudden, I win 3 weeks.
You're hot, bro. You're definitely hot. Give us a little bit quick breakdown. What kind of put you over the top here? Great Goose battled. I mean, he's been battling for his playoff life here and trying to like one of those outside long shots, but you might have shot that this week, my man.
Yeah, he was getting me nervous toward the end of the Sunday, especially with your car. Man, that final drive, I want to thank Josh Jacobs for just going ahead and ending that game. But on my side, one of the things they did was make a push for some Fields on that trade, and they put me over the top. Sure enough, he gets injured. But one of the main reasons why I made that trade was how comfortable with Lawrence over the next few weeks with the matchup, and it really bore out against Baltimore. Putting up 35 points, winning victory. I didn't even think they would have the victory. You put up points, but I didn't think they would actually get victory. Checo coming in there, getting especially with their out. Interesting to see what happens. We're into the practice squad, but really the main has been the receiver. I don't think I've ever and the receiver spot at all with Diggs and McLaurin and D Hop and Kirk, and they pretty much have been my anchor. I've been able to survive my running back problems, if you will, with those guys. But I got a big boost out of Schultz with the 2 TDs. Only had 4 catches, I believe, but the 2 TDs put me over the top. And then it was just hanging on at the end, really. His guys coming through. I mean,
the Dolphins give you some bonus.
And
the Dolphins give you some bonus there too, man. You got 24 points out of that. And every time you get anything over 15 from your defense, man, that's gravy over the top of that turkey. You know what I'm saying, man? Because you don't expect to get 20 points. 20 is a good day. You're doubling up. 4 is like an excellent day. So
you hope that your defense could put up enough points to make up for, maybe somebody having a lull of a game. In this case, on my end, Dameon Pierce with the 4.6. But, it's Houston. It's Dolphins at home. You expected something. I didn't expect 24 points, but of course I'll take it every week.
Hey, that's awesome. Exactly. I'm actually starting in my other league. I'm starting the Browns against Houston this week. Any defense that's available against Houston, it should be streamed week after week. Yep. I mean, Goose Regard, Derek Carr battled 29 points. He beat projection. You got lucky. He didn't have Josh Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
So imagine
if that 80-yard run was an 80-yard pass to Josh Jacobs, we'd be having a different story this week.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Look, and Justin Jefferson has been putting up points for him. He's been consistent. Yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, you actually out battle him, man. I think, like you said, Trevor Lawrence was huge. And look, even Stephon Diggs, 21 points. You got a lot of makeups, right? Like Schultz again, another one that made up for some of these points. Like you said, like Pierce has been struggling in the last few games, even though this kid is a beast. And Pacheco, man, 15 points. He is the man. He is the man now in that backfield for whatchamacallit, for the Chiefs, man.
Chiefs, yeah. I would like to see a little bit more passing game usage out of him. He only had one catch on one target. I know McKinnon is dealing with a hamstring injury. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, if he can get let me see 3 or 4 targets out of him a game, and I'll feel a lot better about it.
That'll be very. You know what? That could be very possible. That could be very possible, especially in the next upcoming matchups right now.
Right. Right.
You know what? Let's jump to my matchup. I got killed this week. I only have one thing to say. I hate Josh Jacobs. 3 freaking points. My team didn't perform. I've been hit, like you said, like everybody else here, man. The injury bug has kicked my ass. Tony Pollard has been on fire, man, and all of a sudden finally came down to earth against the Giants. Got a good game from Brian Robinson, but Devontae kind of struggled because Josh was the man of that team.
Right.
Cruz is a tough out, man. He has really good running back. Jacob, Ramondre. Look at his bench. Cordell Patterson. He has such a good team right now, and especially Joe Burrow, who won me that chip last year.
Right.
And Higgins. Hopefully, T. Higgins will start slowing down now that Chase is coming back. But bottom line, I've been banged up, man. I dropped Elijah Mitchell later. I can't wait for Mike Williams to play. It's like. But, I wish Jacobs would have had a little more pedestrian game, and that would have been, instead of a 30-point loss, I might have edged it out, or even, lost by just 5 or 6. But it's tough, man. It's tough to win by that much. Jacobs just broke the bank for me, man. He was just just broke my heart. I knew it was a long shot. Yeah. But once he sealed that 85 run, man, I was done.
Yeah, you said it yourself. You look at Cruz's team. Whenever I face a team that has a player like a Jacobs that has like a monster game, I say, okay, let's take half of those points and see what would have happened. This guy still would have scored 120, 130 points despite the goose egg from Higbee. Mm-hmm. So, and Samuel dealing with his own hamstring injury, but Burrow and T. Higgins has been, quite the story with Chase out. I believe he has double-digit fantasy points in 5 straight games, 20+ in the past 2. So he has a strong team, and even on his bench, he's got guys he could just plug and play if he wants. Curtis Samuel in the pinch, he didn't do much in the last game, but Cordell Patterson, if he has troubles with the running back position, he could stick him in there at any time. So
Mixon look, he has Mixon because he was out because he's
exactly. Yeah,
he's so loaded, right? Now, this guy has 3 defenses on his roster.
Right.
Buccaneers, and he started the Bengals. All right. That's how you know you got a loaded team when you let me just put 3 defenses in my squad because I could afford just being taken up by
well, let me just plan for the next few weeks with these defenses and just go from there.
Yeah, he's got to be straight. He doesn't need the waiver wire. He has his own waiver wire in his bench.
Yeah. 9-3. He's pretty good. He's set.
He is hoping that I beat Bring It this week. Because if I beat Bring It this week, I got to win in order to stay alive. If I beat him this week, he goes up. I think they both. No, actually, he takes over first place. We're gonna take a look at the standings.
Yeah.
By that, but yeah, I'm hoping that Jalen Hurts keeps playing hard. I need Tony Pollard to get back to those, 16, 17, 18, 20 points, and he's been hitting double digits the last 3 games. Before when Zeke was out, especially, he was just crazy. He had a 50-point game in there.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that Pollard didn't get a little bit more work here. I know Jerry Jones is stubborn. He's going to give Elliott the ball, but still, you got an explosive back like Pollard. You got to give him the ball.
Oh, absolutely. He loves Pollard. He loves Zeke, but Pollard is the man in that team. I still don't get it why you saw it. You saw when Zeke was out. He could do it all. He could catch the ball. He could run it. He could run for speed. He could run for distance. That's what's great. He has the breakaway speed. He's kind of like a Josh Jacob. I think he's just bigger.
Yeah, the team is so much more different when Pollard's running the ball.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. All right, let's see who's the next one here. Let's go to Rico and Team Broadway, man. Now this is an upset here. Rico needed a big win. And he took out Team Broadway, who's one of the better teams, first place in the Uptown division. Broadway's been killing it with his Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey stack all season long.
I'm really surprised at that. You knew he was going to have a good stack, but Mahomes is just playing above and beyond. And I think he knew that with Hill out, with the Dolphins now, that Kelsey was going to be the man. And man, has that proven true? Because we're not talking about the Chiefs wide receivers. It's just Kelsey and whoever else wants to decide to step up for that game, basically.
Like I like to say, right? You got Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback, which you can tell he is. I always said the same thing: is Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the league, right? The rest of the quarterbacks. That's who he is. He is the man. He's the next up. He's the next goat. But then when it comes to his receiving core, it's Travis Kelce and then a bunch of plumbers. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Whoever comes up that day that's gonna get the scraps is gonna eat, right? And we knew Kelce, we knew Kelce is good, right? He's been putting great numbers. To me, he's gonna go down as the best tight end ever in the history of the NFL. Yep. He's gonna break all the offensive records, Gronk's records, everybody's records, Gonzalez, right? It doesn't matter who's there. He's gonna break every record if he plays 4 more years healthy, right? But not having the Tyreek Hill targets there any longer, it's all his. He's having a season that most wide receivers would love to have, right? I think that's kind of like the best way to put it in this way. So
yeah, and they've been trying to go deep with certain guys, with MVS early on, and then Hartman before he got injured. But everything has been underneath now, and who's the guy underneath? It's Travis Kelce getting all those targets and catches.
That's it, man. He goes over 100 yards. Like I forget how many 100-yard games he has already this year.
Man, too many.
Yeah, that's true.
Too many.
So Rico, again, just like me and you I'm Tyson 6 Rico, so me and him are fighting it out. You are you need to, in a way, to secure. You kind of need to win also as well. We don't want to leave that up to chance. But Rico, he's been up and down all year long. He's had a few, top scorers this season as well. I think he has 2 also in the season. But he has a really good team. Brady's going to give you that 24 points, even though he has not the Brady from, before. But Derrick Henry, man, had just a weird game because, against Cincinnati, knowing they were going to be passing the ball a lot more. But he's pretty stacked too, man. He has some good running backs, and that's kind of what gets you over the threshold here at the end of the season. But Derrick Henry and Chubb, that's and Keenan Allen back. He can make some noise.
Yeah, he's had players over the course of the year. I every time I see him and I see Deontay Johnson, Drake London, it's like, man, what could have been with these guys? Because Johnson is still a target monster, but he hasn't scored a touchdown all year. And London, run heaviest team in the league.
Yeah,
bro. He has the guys. They just haven't been in a position to get the points that he needs.
Absolutely. What's crazy about Deontay, right? He's out targeted George Pickens by, I think, 30 targets, right?
That's crazy.
And they're only 5 receptions difference, between them. And they both have the same amount of yards. And I think Pickens have more touch. Well, Pickens definitely has more touchdowns than Deontay. Deontay hasn't caught a touchdown, I think, in over a year or something.
That's amazing to think about.
It is, man. So it tells you a lot of how good George Pickens also is and how good he's going to be in that offense. So that's kind of. But yeah, man, Team Broadway went down. He's good to go. He's going to make the playoffs. Rico's battling, and what else can you ask for? So
I do want to give a little shout out to Rico. Thank you for defeating Broadway, because now I'm actually only a game behind him. Yeah, so if Broadway and I have the same result this week, if he was to win and I was to lose, he'd have the division. But I don't face him this week. But in the final game of the season, I face Broadway. Hopefully that could be for the division. I'm sure he's hoping it isn't. But
hey, we gotta hit that. When we take a look at
that,
we can definitely hit that. That's we gotta go over these types of scenarios. I'm glad you're here because I wasn't paying too much attention.
Yeah.
And here's another upset, man. Maximus is struggling, dude. He is struggling right now. New Era, the 2-team owner who has been hurt by the injury bug probably more than any team in the league.
Yeah.
Pulled one out, 149 to 132. It's just one of those things that everybody's scoring against Maximus in the last couple of weeks here, man. So, he put a big trade for Josh Allen. But Travis Etienne going out and not coming back, that was huge. I think that might have been the difference of the game.
Yeah, the running backs really the story for Maximus, and people putting points against him. Hopefully that trend continues this week because I face Maximus.
Oh, I think you should.
Yeah, yeah, but it's just sad when you see injuries happen within the first play, and then you get that notification, Etienne out. It's like wow, like after the first 2 carries or whatnot.
Yeah,
and
it was like
Dalvin Cook just held in check himself.
Yep, it was kind of like Dalvin Cook has been up and down all year long, 9.6 points. Yeah. Look, wasted game by Amon St. Brown, who's been on a tear the last couple of weeks. AJ has been banged up, but it's because Jalen Hurts kind of had he was a whole offense because I have Devontae Smith. I didn't do much with him either. But and look,
and him and Miles Sanders, who decided he wanted to run for his life,
300 and something freaking yards rushing for that team. It was insane. And Maximus again has horses. Dalvin Cook, Kenneth Walker, right?
Absolutely.
Running back. ATN when healthy. And of course, his wide receivers. Look, Amon St. Brown and AJ Brown with Josh Allen. This is a team that could catch fire. I mean, he could go 7-7, and depending on the matchups we saw, he could sneak in the playoffs. He's still alive, but he needs to win this week. If he doesn't win this week, he might be out. New Era just playing spoiler right now. Playing spoiler. Rashad White, that was a good add-on. I think Rashad White's going to get a lot of carries.
Yeah, even when Fournette comes back, I mean, at very least is a 50-50 split.
Absolutely. I think Fournette's going to be used more in the passing game like he's been doing all year long. So that's kind of cool. Chris Godwin, it was nice by Chris Godwin to finally have a breakout game of the season. He's been so down this year. I know he's been hobbled. And Juju, he's Juju's again thing. He's part of the plumber patrol for wide receivers here. So he's the best plumber though. All right. He's the best plumber after Kelsey. But definitely I mean it's gonna go down. Maximus is going to need to win outright the next couple of games to stay alive. Yeah. So, absolutely. All right, so we did yours already. Let's go to Galamad and Team Bring It. All right, Team Bring It and Galamad here. Bring it up. Look, I know my boy Jamil, man. But we've told you the story. We've known each other for now like 30 years, and so much trash talk and competition in our friendship that we're facing each other, and unfortunately, him in the preload. You don't hear much from him without the preload and during peak season. So, dude, it's 136. He's been consistent scoring 125, 130, 135. I think he's had the top score one of the season. His team, he's been battling. He's gone through the Kyler Murray couple games that he didn't play. He's on a bye week this week, but Austin Eckler. I mean, Austin Eckler doesn't need. He's a PPR's dream. Right? He doesn't have to give you 100 rushing points. He's going to get you 25 points because he freaking caught the ball like 7 or 8 times.
When you're looking at the box score with this guy, I mean, you always see maybe 12 for 40 to 15 for 36. You don't care about that. You're looking at the 10 targets with 8 catches for 76 yards at a touchdown or something like that. He's a PPR monster.
Yeah, it's crazy going to get the touchdown because he's going to rush for the touchdown or also catch it. That's what's crazy. He says he's a PPR's dream, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Bring It's team. I mean, in a very subtle way, he's had a little bit of the injury bug himself. Fournette was out. He's had to deal with quarterback issues over the past few weeks, but he's just winning. So it doesn't even matter. Goose egg out of Jawan Johnson this week, but that didn't matter at all.
No, not at
Johnson
all.
had been scoring for the past 3 weeks, so that was a bit surprising. I don't even think he got a target in that game.
No, not at all. So, he's got a touchdown. I think he had like 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games before this one. Or scored in the last 3.
Like a touchdown in the last 3, I believe.
Like he's been pretty good. On Galamad's side here of the ball, he's 5-7. Again, he's kind of in the Maximus boat. I'm right there with these guys because if I lose the last 2, I'm out of the playoffs. If they win the last 2, it's so confusing right now because there's still so much in the air based on that 6th spot, right? So much in the air, so he could sneak in there at 7-7. It all depends on who loses and who wins. Who's like myself, 6-6, or who's even 7-6 for that matter.
And Galamad is another one of those teams that he has the guys, but they're just not performing to where you think they would. Mark Andrews just 11 fantasy points for a tight end. And you're thinking, oh, that's great, but it's Mark Andrews. You're expecting 15, 20. Paris Campbell with just 3.5 points. And, DJ Moore finally coming through with the 21, but he's been a little bit inconsistent. You kind of expect more from the players that he has, as I'm sure that he does. So it's just comes down to performances. Who's going to be, the big guy for your team if you don't have the balance?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, and if you look at his team on a healthy matter, CeeDee Lamb, stud. Pickens, becoming a stud.
Yep.
He's been hurt. This has hurt him a lot. You know what I mean? Because he gave up. We traded and he gave up Jalen and Devontae Smith. We did it was a pretty even trade, but he gave up Jamar Chase. That's why. I mean, that's a lot of points right there. Jamar Chase was going on strong before he got hurt. He was back.
That's 20 points at minimum per game.
Per game, man. Before he got hurt, he was back to that Jamar Chase form of last year, man. And then you lost it for 5 weeks, which is always a little of a hangover when you come back from injury. You don't want to re-aggravate again. And they're kind of like they're gonna ease them in because they Baltimore. I mean, Bengals. They're like you said, they're loaded at wide receivers with T. Higgins, right? Look what T. Higgins has done, and then Tyler Boyd, and then then you get Mixon back in the mix. I mean, it's gonna be he's gonna be healthy. I just hope that for Galamad's sake that he's healthy enough to give him production next week. Like this week coming up right away.
Yeah, the Bengals can afford to some extent. I believe their record is 7-6 right now. So
no, they're like 7-5, I think.
7-5, 7-6.
7-5.
So yeah, they know that they can hold their own, but only for so long because they got to make a playoff push.
No, for sure. And I think they're tied for first place with Baltimore. So
there you go.
Like they're both 7-5. If you look at that division.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Look, Christian McCaffrey is going to get a lot of work now that Glassman Elijah Mitchell is out. Can't believe I stashed that guy, man.
Oh man,
I can't stand that guy.
It's like you were surprised, but not surprised.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's what this guy has done in his limited time in 2 seasons.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's played like 5 games. He's going to get a lot of play. I mean, he's going to have to carry the load now. Montgomery, you've seen the last few weeks, he's also starting to carry the load after Khalil Herbert is out. So he has 2 guys that's going to get a lot of volume in the running back position, which is what what is key in this league. So, but yeah, man, he's another guy that I need him to lose as well. So, and Vicious and waiver wire studs. Vicious again, another 6-6 team, another guy in the hunt. Waiver wire is definitely officially done. So I don't think he cares at this point. Pretty much, he gave it a shot. Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill, benefits of blowing another team out that they set him. They said Tua for like the half, right, or the second half.
Yeah,
I think they said everybody else. So that's just a bad break. So.
Yeah, waiver wire was a victim of game script in that game. Everything in the first half, and then okay, you guys can sit down. It's Houston. Don't worry about it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. And Kamara, we don't know what's going to happen to Kamara for the rest of the year. Damian is out again. Nice, Christian Watson. He picked him up against me actually, and he's been playing great. He picked him up at the right time. He never uses the waiver wire, even though his name says so.
Right. A little bit touchdown dependent Watson is, but I mean he's getting in there.
He's getting in there, man. The guy's been on fire the last week.
It doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
You're right. It doesn't matter with him who the quarterback is. So, but we will actually when Jordan Love starts playing more, that's going to affect it. So, Jordan Love should start getting the nods soon and shut down Aaron Rodgers.
I believe so.
Season. But again, look, Vicious has another decent team. Aaron Jones is up and down, but 18 points from Aaron. Geno Smith has been Geno that nobody thought they were ever going to see, and and then this week, look at Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is the wild card, man. He could go from scoring 5 points. If you look at his production, man, he's been running back 2, I think, last week, and he was like 4 a couple of weeks ago. But then he goes to like running back 35, right? So he has no games, but he scores 4 or 5 points, 6 points, like when I faced him. And then all of a sudden, he just has games that like you said, is very game script dependent when Sanders plays, right? So it depends on the opposition. It's pretty much what his value is. But
he had more points this past week in the past 3 weeks combined. So you'll take it whenever you can get it.
Yeah, that's exactly. And with him, it's one of boom or bust, right? You're either gonna have a big game or you're gonna have a real bad game. So, and it's crazy. Vicious again, another good team. Jeff Wilson has been a great surprise. That was a good pickup after Goose let him go, man. That was huge. But look, if you look at his bench as well, Michael Gallup has struggled all year long, but he has some DJ. That's where he gets a little weak. But Justin Herbert, I mean, he has 2 good, really quarterbacks here. He could string quarterbacks here and and have a good. But 136, average right there for the league. So, but yeah, man, let's go take a look here. Let's go look at the at our standings first and foremost here. All right, and then we'll look at the I guess where's the playoff where they kind of shows you the simulation right now based on the playoff bracket. We'll do it right here. But right now, as it stands, right, let's take a look at your division. You were in second place, and technically you're 1 game behind, right? So he loses this week, and you win. Both of you guys are tie, and you are going for that, that bye week.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it about 3 weeks ago, but what a difference a month makes.
It's legit, man. It's legit. And then you got Rico right there, and then right here you have Maximus in the bubble facing out. Then you All right, we are back, man. The internet went out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, dude, the internet went out, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh crap! I saw the lights flash, and then I didn't realize it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like take this down because we're live. We're live, so
it is.
Anybody watching? Well, I'm gonna have to kind of like take this one down after we're done and kind of throw it in and then edit it. But anyway, we're still on, baby. We're pros, man. We keep it going. We don't let nothing stop us. Go back here. Now let me go back and share my screen again. Here, let me present. Share the screen real quick, so we could go back. I think we left off at the
standings.
Standings, right? And we were going to take a look. You can see my screen real quick there. See the playoff. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're gonna go to the projected as of this week, right? Projected playoff matchups, right? I will be playing you in the first round if the season ended today. Obviously, these records are not going to stay like that. So I can go 8-6, 7-7, or 6-8. Vice versa for you. You could finish 7-7. You could go 9-5 and win the division.
Yeah, wide range of possibilities.
Exactly, man. I mean, Rico and Team Cruz. I mean, Rico again. Team Cruz, I think, is pretty much set at 9 wins. Broadway again, like you said, this can switch down here. You could be him right here at the end of the season. But these are the teams right now, and that's what I mean when we go to the standings. This is what I mean when either Galamad can jump in here on my position, and or Vicious. So that's where it goes crazy. That moves me out of the way. I Vicious and Galamad and Max, based on what happens to me in the next couple games, could sneak in there. And I don't know what's going to happen at 7-7. If let's say you go 7-7, right, and Rico 7-7, like I forget, is it by points or is it by head-to-head matchups?
I think it starts with head-to-head matchup and then points with our league.
Okay.
I have to double check that.
Me too. I think I've lost to I lost to Galamad, and I think I lost. Me and Galamad are playing at the end of the season, man. It's a collision course for me to beat him. Yeah, I know to get in. That's what's going to happen. I need to bring it. Bottom line this week. I can't leave it up to fate. I have to leave it up to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the bottom line, man. So that's just the bottom line. I have to leave it up to me. So, but yeah, buddy. Yeah, man. Anything, yo? You have anybody can find you somewhere? You want to tell them your handles? Are you on?
Well, I just
media is
find me normally Spidey106 Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I do minimal stuff there, but I'm planning to do a few more things there. But I want to give a shout out to you and everybody in this league. I say it on the text all the time. This is the league. I'm in 4 leagues, sometimes 5 or 6. This is the league. Like I'm a numbers and stats guy. If you haven't already figured that out, I'm a bit of a numbers nerd. So, I mean, you guys keep me on my toes. So you help me out in this league with all the moves that you make ahead of time, which in turn helps me in other leagues. It's like, I should be doing this stuff in the other leagues, and these guys are doing this here, man. It's things that you don't think about. Suddenly, you're thinking outside the box, then outside of that box. So
it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm in like 4 or 5 leagues myself, and every year I'm like, why am I playing in so many leagues? I should just devote my time to 2 or 3, but it's an addiction, right?
Yeah. It's another job, basically. It's almost another full-time job that you get to do. But
for sure.
A lot of love to all you guys, and I always appreciate you. And as you guys would say, good luck to everybody out there, unless you're facing me.
Hey, good luck to everybody else except for my opponent this week. And we appreciate you too, man. You're one of the OGs, one of the guys that started this league. You've been here since day one. You're in the middle of the 2 founding fathers. I left for a few years and now I'm back. This is my second coming season back. But you're one of the founding fathers that's been here since day one, man. It's going back to.
And it's been great. It's been almost too much fun.
Yeah, it has. Man, well, listen, I appreciate you coming on. I know you got to jump to go to work shortly. So, hey, man, how's everything in Houston before we let you go? You're outside of Houston? Where are you? Texas? Dallas?
Just outside of Houston, in the Richmond area. I know there's somebody else in San Antonio, I believe. Jamil told me. That's right. It's been cool. It's been in the 50s. Nice weather. Nothing compared to balmy 70s in Miami that I've seen, but it's good enough. Unfortunately, the football team hasn't exactly hyping up the fans here, but the Astros made up for it, at least until that celebration died down, and now it's like, Texans, great. Okay.
Texans and basketball, I don't think you have a lot of hope either. So it's like
not at all.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it, my man. And we'll definitely good luck this weekend. I need you to beat who you're playing this week. Okay.
Hey, I'll do my best, and lots of luck to you too, man.
You got it, brother. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening and watching. Your boy E-Man with Ninjas from South Florida Spanish Ninjas. Week 12 of the
Ninjas.
There you go. Look at that, man. He's a huge ninja. And Fantasy League, the Midtown Brigade Fantasy League Week 12 recap. See you next week.